Buhari's ex-aide Ahmad opposes Nnamdi Kanu's release to serve benefactors, treating Nigeria as private estate. Sowore speaks. To my dear listeners, before I go into details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. Good morning and welcome to today's news. Human rights activist and revolutionary convener Omoyele Sowore has criticized Bashirul Ahmad, a former aide to ex-President Muhammadu Buhari, for labeling advocates of the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, as enemies of Nigeria. Sowore, who was the African Action Congress (AAC) presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, stated that Ahmad is merely echoing the sentiment of his benefactors, who treat Nigeria as their personal property and believe only they can dictate its affairs. Sahara reporters previously reported that Ahmad declared that anyone advocating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu should be considered an enemy of the nation. The IPOB leader has remained in custody since his rearrest in June 2021 on terrorism-related charges. His continued detention has become a public debate, with some groups calling for his unconditional release to foster peace in the southeastern region. Ahmad, in a statement posted on his X account on Sunday, described Kanu as a terrorist and labeled anyone advocating for his release as a sworn enemy of this country. Ahmad insists that Kanu must undergo rehabilitation and publicly renounce his derogatory reviews about Nigeria and its citizens before he can back Kanu's freedom. But Sowore has fired back at Ahmad, saying his stance and that of his backers is the primary reason Nnamdi Kanu is being detained and stands no chance of getting justice in court. Sowore made this comment in a statement on Monday. He said, "This fellow, Bashir Ahmad, is speaking the mind of his benefactors. When Muhammadu Buhari was in power, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was one of the reasons he would get openly aggressive and upset. Truth is that Bashir Ahmad just didn't wake up to make this egregious statement. He represents a tendency in Nigeria and they assume Nigeria is their private real estate and only determine what could happen inside it. It is the reason why I have consistently stated that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held hostage by these feudal characters. He stands no chance of getting justice in a court of law, and court cases are just a carried meant to create an impression that he is in indefinite detention as a result of these bogies they label as charges," he added. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news, and now before I go, let's move down to the comment section. The first comment here says, "At the end, Biafra will come. It doesn't matter what anyone think of it." A comment too says that Bashiru comment shows that he is a terrorist and that Nigeria is under terrorist control. Only a terrorist state will bribe his way to another country and kidnap someone. A comment too says the hatred towards the Igbos in Nigeria is why Nigeria is going backwards every day. Until Igbos are recognized and treated equally, Nigeria will keep suffering. Since 2015 till date, FGL has been in court with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and their plan is to jail him at all costs. Upon all their abracadabra, even in their own courts, they still couldn't convict him till date. Allow him to go, they said no. 2023 presidential election, those of us who are sincere know who won the election, but today we all know the whole story. Another comment says, they are the one deciding the fate of Nigerians. That is why the country is like this. A comment too says, every Nigerian knows what is happening in this country until we tell ourselves the truth. Things can never work well. A last comment here says, the more you released Nnamdi Kanu, it's the Igbo people who will pay the price. Wahala. So right here, to my dear listeners, we've come to the end of our today's news.